Welcome back to another episode of From the Finishing Room. He's Ryan, I'm Tom. This is the Finishing Room, and today, an amazing expression from the Finishing Room, right. Wise Caldwell Distillers. We're moving into Finished Rye today.
Yes, we are.
And Constable line, which there's the JFC, there's the Constable.
Yep.
This is the Constable, which is Brian Wise's love.
Yes.
Talk about this.
So what we have here is an 11-year straight rye whiskey. It's a 95.5 Mashbill on this one.
Which is really, that's the best rye.
Right, 95% rye, 5% malt barley.
Correct. It's perfect.
It's a real rye whiskey. I mean, the ratios can be very, very different, but a real rye whiskey, you're gonna probably wanna be in that world, right?
I would say most of the ryes that I've really liked are 95.5s.
Me too. That's actually how I came around to knowing that I really liked rye, was that higher rye content, not in the 70s, not just like a little bit over half, where they call it a rye whiskey, and you're like, okay. That's
and people tend to be a little scared of rye because they think it's too hot.
Or peppery, spicy.
Yeah, it's spicy and all of this, and what I tell people is you just haven't had the right rye.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And then on top of this, here's the beauty of a finished rye. You take all of the goodness of a 95.5, 11-year aged rye. Mm-hmm. If you just gave me that, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
95.5, 11-year age statement, beautiful color, just amazing. But then you add a little more to it. You round off the edges, right?
Right.
So how is this finished?
So this is beautiful, actually. So when we were putting this onto new toasted oak, so it's 11 years and then has an additional 36 months of aging in this room. And so it's split on two different barrel concepts. You have the neutral oak side, which is ex-cab barrels that were from Oakville Ranch. The Cabernet that was in those barrels beforehand was made by a great winemaker up here in the valley. His name's Mark Harold. And then he is under the bwise portfolio now as a winemaker, along with a lot of other talented individuals. Oakville Cabernet fruit is thought of as some of the best Cabernet Sauvignon in the world, first of all. And then to have Mark making it with all of the collection of people that are under that umbrella, Brion wines are some of the best wines in the world.
And if you haven't figured it out, we're in the Napa Valley right now. We're in Napa proper.
Correct.
We're in the Napa Valley where some of the greatest wine in the world is made.
We're at the gateway to the Napa Valley. We're all the way in South Napa, really, is where we're at.
Which happens to be not too far from here, Caldwell Vineyards.
Right across in Coombsville, straight ahead.
Right.
bwise is on my 6 on
Correct.
Moon Mountain in Sonoma, so just over the Mayacamas range to my 6 here.
So beautifully sourced rye, right? Do we know where this came from?
Yeah, this is an MGP product.
Beautiful. Thus the 95.5. I didn't want to say anything in the beginning, but typically that 95.5, that's theirs.
I would love to brag about it. MGP makes
They make amazing,
fantastic rye.
They make really good rye. And 95.5 to me is like, that's a sipping rye.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that for a second. So 11 years, if you just gave me that 11-year rye, I'd be very, very happy.
And I think an important thing to note here too is that it's barrel proof. It naturally made its way to 105 in this room. When we tasted it, the rounded edges of the cab, the toastiness in there, it's really unlike any rye I've ever had in my life. It's so approachable, and what I like to accomplish, I don't know if other people that blend, wine or blend liquor, my thing is when it's coming out of that barrel, if you're finding those proof notes to be like, if it's 105 and then we got to take it a little lower, 100 might be dead, but 97 might be alive, right? This just happened to be one of those that it's made up of 2 barrels, right? So total volume of 2 barrels.
I believe on the front it says 18 and 19.
Yeah, 18 and 19.
There we go.
And out to 600 bottles, and that's what we made available to the public. And the roundedness, the overall mouthfeel it's so important, right? Like I don't aim for front, middle, back of palate. It's really, you can get different notes on those sides, but it's got to be an all-encompassing unit.
Can we get some of those notes?
I think we should.
Is that possible that we could?
I think
Okay,
we
good.
can rock it.
Just checking. Man, that's good.
It doesn't have like the medicinal, herbal side.
Once again, if rye's not your thing, it's not because you don't like rye. You haven't had the right rye. And a finished rye, to me, makes it more approachable because it takes off some of the edges that people don't like about a rye.
I agree.
And then you take these barrels and what came out of these barrels, exquisite product came out of these barrels, which means the essence of that exquisite product lives in those barrels still.
Right.
So now, beautiful 11-year sourced MGP, I'm not afraid to say it, put into those barrels, 2 barrels, cross-blended.
Yeah, that's nice.
Man, that's phenomenal.
Chocolatey.
What I think is interesting, and this is what you should know, whether you're watching us on wisecaldwelldistillers.com, I'm so excited by this rye, I almost couldn't say it, or you're watching us on YouTube, these bottles don't stay around very long.
No.
We did a video not too long ago on a 17-year sourced bourbon that was beautiful, finished for another 26 months, that sold out.
Yeah.
And never to be seen again, which I get. I understand that. I would rather, listen, a good barbecue joint runs out by 4 o'clock.
Right. Hopefully earlier than that.
Well, you would hope, but maybe it's a Thursday.
You've been there, it says 2 a.m. You gotta
Right,
get out.
you better. But this is the beauty of a finished product. Wise Caldwell Distillers is really focusing on exquisite finished bourbons and ryes.
Right.
Irish and some other things that are out there that if you...
It's truly one of a kind because we're not following any sort of pattern on what we bring into this room or how long it's being finished. Each expression is truly one of a kind. That's how it is. We're not big enough to blend them together. We have one warehouse dedicated to that expression.
It's not Jim Beam.
No.
And listen, a master blender, that's a skill within itself.
Sure.
Let me take barrels from this part of the rick and this part of the rick and this part of the rick and give you that consistent flavor that you love when you get home from work on a Friday night.
Sure.
This is very different. This is art.
One-offs.
This is art. One-offs, something that would look amazing on your shelf. If you're building a beautiful bourbon whiskey bar at your house, this is not something that everybody that comes over is gonna know.
I suggest you buy 2 if you can. Because
I always buy 2 of everything.
Yeah, you gotta buy 2.
one to have and one as a backup that I may not open for a while. That's right. So this is phenomenal. Thank you for talking about this today. Thank you for sharing this.
It's delicious. I love being reminded of how good these things are.
I just love the fact that we get to drink this stuff. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So wisecaldwelldistillers.com. I would jump on this quickly because once again, it's gonna be gone. So
smooth, man. Wow.
But as we always say, thanks for joining us in the finishing room.
Yeah.
Till next time, well, I'm just about done.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.